we all want to be loved. And that's a bit strange because love is a very complex thing. I can give you 10 different theories. There are triangles and diagrams. There are 3 different definitions in your ancient Greek. There is your whole acceptance and authenticity for that's needed for love. There's a lot of ways of conceptualizing and constructing some understanding of what love is. But today, I don't really want to go into the concepts. I don't want to go into this kind of structured, here's the building blocks for it, here's everything else. I want to go into the absurdity, of course, because the absurd has been what has been playing on me for months at this stage. The life as a performance, understanding, living through story is where my head is at lately, frequently. So, to kick that off, I have 2 points. Number 1 is let's admit that signing yourself up for love is absurd in and of itself. It is the weirdest contract ever because by signing up for loving something, you are signing up for pain afterwards. When you get a dog, you will love it for 10 years, you will grieve it for the remainder of your years because that dog will stick with you because it made a place in your life and it made a connection and it will enrich your life. Again, these are all strange acknowledgements, but just that first instance that to dare to love something is to sign up for the pain and the loss of losing that loved thing. No matter what, as in, till death do us part is relevant for every form of love. We are all going to die. So whether it's you, whether it's them, like, it's going to end in death. Now maybe there'll be a non-physical death, like a death of a relationship, death of a partnership, death of a marriage, or just an ego death, like a death of self, where so much changes that connections do get lost and stuff like that. All of these different things, but it will end in that direction. Not to get too complicated about it, but every love will end. And having that be part of the contract, because we all know that for a fact. I am divulging nothing new to you here. You know this, and you're waiting for me to get onto like an interesting point that you kind of feel a bit more somatically, that kind of hits your heart or stimulates your head. You want something more than. But recognizing that to dare to love, like in life itself, to look around and to love your neighbor, to love your community, to love your partner, to love your family, to love your friends, is signing yourself up for pain at some point. Inevitably. I also watched a movie recently about C.S. Lewis, the author of Narnia, and very famous and archetypal rich author. And in this, the philosophy comes through that the pain of that after, bringing it into the present, bringing it into the moment, and not shying away from it, not mourning it and reminiscing on it and letting it drag you down, but bringing it in and accepting it will enrichen and deepen the love that is felt in the moment. Recognizing your finitude will make you more grateful for life. Recognizing the finitude of others will make you more grateful and will embolden you to display your love, show your love, speak your love to the people around you, perhaps. That brings me to point number 2. And this is a quote from a white Jewish rapper who is very funny called Dave. And he has a line where he says that the magic of magic is not in the illusion, but is in the fact that someone cared enough to create the illusion to convince you that magic's real. So in that, there is more absurdity, because every utterance of love, trying to share it, trying to show it, trying to speak it to the person is false. It's incomplete. It doesn't capture what you're trying to say. And yet, if you don't say it, it doesn't work. So there's just like a leap of faith, but it's an absurdity. It's a performance. I'm going to perform as if I love you, knowing that the performance will not capture the love that I have for you, and that the love I have for you will always go unspoken. It will always be beyond capturing. And yet I'm going to perform so that you can get, so that I tried. So that there was some emphasis that love motivated me to do something stupid. Love motivated me to step into the absurd. And then we can come back to these ancient spiritual sort of dualities where every action can be boiled down to either love or fear. And then that every action of opening yourself up and inviting is an action of love, whether that is just waving to someone on the street, saying hi, greeting, to the more kind of overt things of welcoming people in for dinner, or hosting, or performing, or entertaining, or professing love itself. And contrast that with fear, which is every energy that pushes people away and that closes yourself off. So if those two, and we look at love and we say it's absurd, it's performative, and it's incomplete, it's a total lie, it's a total farce, it doesn't capture the love that it's professing to capture, and yet we do it. That is the quality of love that I want to put in front of you today. I want to ask you, are you brave enough to sign the contract for a lifetime of pain? Or some weight that may be heavy once the love has passed? Do you dare to bring that weight to the relationship as it stands at the moment, understanding that it is for a time, for a place, and that at some point in the future both of you will pass, and whatever order that takes, however that lays itself out, doesn't change the fact that both of you are not eternal in this world. Materially. We can get onto spiritual senses if you want. But, so do you dare to sign a contract? Do you dare to presence that pain or that weight in the relationship presently? And then thirdly, do you sign up to be absurd? To lie, to be a charlatan, to be a fake, to be a phony, to be a poser, to be a performer? Do you sign up for presenting yourself as if you love? Do you sign up for performing a character that loves the other person, even though, and hopefully, both people recognize that the performance doesn't capture the emotion? It might embody it. It might have a flavour of it. It might be inspired by it. It might be spurned on. It might be ignited by that fire, by that flame, by that love. But it will not capture it, even though it professes to. Even though this is me showing you that I love you. This is how I show that I love. All of that. It's a bit absurd. But, and the reason I bring this up, I think by accepting the absurdity, by accepting the fact that these words that I'm speaking now are only like a rough estimate, they're my best guess, it's me placing my linguistic ability in a certain direction, capturing like 5% of what could be said about this topic. 5% is being very ambitious there actually, but capturing a very small portion of what could be said about it. And even if I had eternity, even if I could hold your attention for 24 hours and just rant and reel about all the different conceptualizations, constructions of love, I still would only have a fraction of what love actually is, because it is inexhaustible by its very kind of nature. So do I sign up for that absurdity? I think I sign up for it whether I can accept it, whether I can be sincerely ironic, like recognize that I'm being absurd and still act it out anyway. And if I can invite the other person to view it with that lens, that the love is there, I'm going to throw out a few things to try to demonstrate, but it won't capture it. And we can maybe talk about how to perform it for each other, how to present it to each other in a way that's genuine, authentic, and is accepted by the other person as being authentic, for as authentic as a performance can be, but with an acceptance that we can't capture it, so we can only ever perform it. And just have that be a moment of frustration and joy and longing and love. This is the concept that I want to lay in front of you. Hopefully I've got myself out of putting too many constructs around it, and really try to offer this felt, absurd, signing up for presencing of the weight and the absurdity of performing it. What a triad that is. That's my conceptualization of love. So do tell me how you feel about that, and perhaps how it aligns with your understanding and where it disrupts it. With all of that said, I hope you've had a great week. I hope you're looking forward to the week to come, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.